Hello everybody, Boxing Bros UK here. The topic for today is the light heavyweight undisputed championship of the world. All four belts are on the line. It's the fight everyone's been waiting for years. BETERBIEV versus BIVOL. The battle of the Russians, the Russian bears going at it. This is my co-host, Andrew the Boxing Brain. Final thoughts, mate. Final thoughts.
Oh, dearie. I've flip-flopped on this one, probably like most people watching and most people in and around YouTube. Yeah. Dear, oh dear. I think, well, one thing I'll probably start with, I think that there seems to be this notion that it's the slugger versus the boxer, and it's really not. BETERBIEV is a very, very good boxer in his own right. But, you know, I think where I'm coming from is that, you know, BIVOL's this wonderful technician, wonderful judge of distance, footwork, punching from different angles, mixing up his shots, can punch a bit harder than maybe what people give him credit for. Is certainly not in the realms of BETERBIEV, of course. Wonderful IQ, you know, just a brilliant boxer. But, you know, BETERBIEV can box a bit, and my God, can he bang. Jesus Christ, granite in hands. And
he's a fucking Terminator.
It's again, it's a bit similar to the Waldley Clark one. It's a really who'd you kind of fancy, really. I think I get the impression it's almost a 55-45 for BETERBIEV out there, but I've seen a few more people predicting BIVOL. And right from the start, and I'm basing it on a few things, and again, this might age like milk, but I've just got a feeling BIVOL might get it done. I'm not sure about BETERBIEV's meniscus injury. I mean, he does tend to do this. He always kind of postpones fights and comes back, which kind of suggests to me that he's always ready when he is there. Can he keep turning the clock back? I mean, we were saying earlier on, Chris, only sort of fights once a year. So, yeah, I don't imagine he's not going to be as near on perfect version of himself. Don't think it's going to be the best version of him, but I don't think he's going to be far off. But I just got this feeling, the younger, fresher, I think he's, if he can, but this is the thing, Chris, if he can, it's just whether he can keep him off him for 12 rounds, because I don't see him stopping BETERBIEV. That's what I would say. But if he can manage to evade the Terminator enough, he might just get a points victory, and that's kind of where I'm going with this. But I know you're going BETERBIEV, Chris, aren't you?
Yeah. So for me, I'm probably going with my heart a bit, because I'm a big fan of BETERBIEV. Like, what boxer has got 100% KO ratio, and most of his fights are at the highest level? He's got 3 belts to BIVOL's 1 belt, so most of his victories have been world title victories or unifications. And if we look at past performances, who's fought the better opposition out of the 2 in the last couple of fights? BETERBIEV. Who's looked better in the last couple of fights? BETERBIEV. Destroyed Callum Smith. Destroyed whoever he fought before. Everyone's like, he's getting old, slowing down, and he's just like absolutely annihilating guys. And he's got like, and he's older than him by nearly 10 years. So I just think Anthony Yard, knocked Anthony Yard out. He's no mug. Knocked out Callum Smith. Like, I just think he always finds a way to get to you. Even he lost to Usyk in the amateur finals, but he's the last man to put Usyk down on his arse. And it was a bit of a controversial decision, like really, really close fight, and he knocked him down. And no one's knocked Usyk down since. So, like people saying, oh, he's just a puncher. I don't think so. Like, there's a reason why he's landing these punches, especially landing on someone like Usyk. It's hard work to land clean on him to put him on his arse. I tell you. Yeah. So, for me, BETERBIEV's in form. The story is written for him in the stars to retire undisputed, undefeated, 100% knockout ratio. I don't think it's been done till to this level before. And if he does this, he's got to go down as one of the greatest of all time, light heavyweight boxers of all time, for sure.
And it mad, Chris, as well. I mean, that would be kind of, you know, I almost kind of want to change my decision for that, because it would be an unbelievable end to a career, and that'd be the perfect way to go out, I feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh God, yeah. It's although I guess what I would say is that Bivol's definitely another step up. Obviously, fought Usyk in the amateurs. I know that. You know, he's fought at heavyweight, isn't he, BETERBIEV, in the amateurs as well.
Yeah.
So he's up in weight, come down in weight. But Bivol's obviously a step up, another step up from what he's had in the program. I think it's fair to say. But like you say,
oh yeah, for sure.
he does seem to find a way. Can he find? I guess this is the question, isn't it? Can he find a way again? Can he find a way? And can he go up a level again against an unbelievable operator in Bivol? Can he go up again, close the ring off, cut him down, catch him, slow him down, and take him out like he has everybody else? We'll see on Saturday.
That's what we're seeing. And,
we'll see.
The thing with Bivol is as well that I've noticed, his last two fights, he's tried to be more aggressive. Like, not tried to be. Well, he's tried to be more aggressive, but he's still super cautious. And it made for like shit fights. The Lyndon Arthur fight was a bit shit. The one where he fought that Saudi Arabia fighter who was doing all showboating and stuff. Yeah, like he did. Yeah, he got stoppages, but he didn't look good. But I think it's because he wasn't being himself. It's like he was trying something new. And I think they were trying to be more aggressive because they know they're going to have to be against BETERBIEV, because it, like, all that counter punching stuff, he's just going to walk through that and get you. So I think maybe they're thinking sometimes offense is the best defense. They want that in their arsenal. So either or this is just throwing it out there. Has anyone seen all the shit that Bivol's missus have been saying? Sabotage. She's saying that he turned into an arsehole. That since he beat Canelo, he's turned into an arsehole. He's been partying all the time, having fun. So maybe the performances have been a little bit off because he's not been dedicating himself as much as he normally is. So who knows? And that could be a factor where she's telling BETERBIEV, oh, he's got this injury, he's got that injury. She's really big. Aren't women horrible? Aren't women evil? What, like, it's your ex-wife, kids with her. But like, what if BETERBIEV fucking puts him in a coma because of these tips she gave? It's not job boxing.
All these hypotheticals in it, I suppose. Yeah, that not ideal preparation coming out, is it? I saw that a couple of. I think G-Man was covering it and a few others. Not ideal preparation.
Jordy's covering it as well. Shout out to Jordy.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, you could sort of factor that in there. I'm not so much, but I think it's all relevant at this stage. But it's just a case of. Well, it's such an intriguing, it's such a fascinating one. This fight probably wouldn't have happened kind of pre-Turkey as well, because it's one of those where I think that what people are feeling is can Bivol get enough of BETERBIEV's respect to keep him off it? BETERBIEV can start a little bit slow as well, but just sort of feel his way into it. I think people sort of almost see him as this really fast starter right from the off, trying to smack. Not really. He does sort of, you know, pick his shots a little bit early on.
He breaks it down, doesn't he? Like he just wherever you try and move to, he's kind of there. He's excellent at cutting off the ring.
Yeah, and he'll just kind of touch you early on, come in with a heavy shot, lighten his shot. And Bivol's good at that as well. You know, they're not all power shots all the time. You know, just sort of touching, mixing it up.
And BETERBIEV as well, to be fair, he isn't invincible. Let's not forget, I think it was either first or second round, Callum Johnson floored him.
Callum Johnson, yeah.
Floored him, didn't he? Floored him, but because he's inexperienced, I think he'd been out for 2 years and then he had one comeback fight. He couldn't finish him off. And he didn't really try to finish him off because I think it was a flash knockdown, let's be fair. So he didn't want to rush in. and get himself knocked out, and then he ended up
Composed
getting
himself,
himself knocked out anyway because
he
Beterbiev
composed
recovered.
himself well, and then came back. You know, that's the thing as well. You know, with both of them, they've got great composure. I think the one thing I want to say on this fight as well is that amongst obviously the boxing hardcores and the general, it's a massive fight. I think because Bivol and Beterbiev aren't the best at promoting themselves, they're not really into trash talk. Beterbiev is completely fucking uninterested in giving you anything. Apparently, according to
Did you see the reporter's interview? The reporter interviewed him. Some comments went, "Have you done anything different for this fight? And please don't just say no. Please just elaborate a little bit for us, if you don't mind." And he starts laughing because he answers his questions. He goes, "No, yes, no." It's hilarious. But
he don't give a fuck. He's not interested.
Yeah.
He doesn't. I don't think he cares how people view him. These are two fighters, you know, that come from a certain culture and background in Eastern Europe that are just there for the glory. They're there for legacy. They're there to go down as greats. All the razzmatazz, the showmanship. You know, these guys aren't I'm not slating on Anthony Joshua, but these guys aren't Anthony Joshua who loves the limelight and is a superstar.
Yeah.
These are different breeds. They're just not saying Anthony Joshua's not, but they're all business. They're all business, these two, and it's quite refreshing in a way, really, because. But what I'm kind of getting at is that these two fighters should be even bigger superstars than what they are, really. But they've both no real interest in being that, which is fair enough, I suppose.
Yeah. If you think like AJ, Tyson Fury, what are they doing out of fight time? They're going on game shows. They're going on talk shows. Jonathan Ross, Graham Norton, League of Their Own, Loose Women. They're in the public eye, promoting themselves, selling themselves all the time. So then when it comes to fight night,
if I said to you now, I want you to walk around where you live in Chatham, and I want you to ask everyone you meet, I want you to say Beterbiev, Bivol, who are they? How many people would know who you're talking about?
Exactly. And it's a crying shame, man. It's a crying shame. It's a crying shame, man, as well. Like because,
especially if the knockout artist. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and the magnitude of this fight, what it means in boxing and legacy for either man, like, is absolutely amazing. But you know, hopefully, we're turning more people over to boxing, and they can appreciate it. Or in 10 years' time, they'll look back on this fight and think, "Wow, what a fight!" Because sometimes when people retire, that's when they get their appreciation. Like when Lennox Lewis was boxing, everyone hated him, even the English hated him. We love Frank Bruno, he was a loser, right? Because he just wasn't marketable. But when he retired, everyone was like, "Yeah, he was the best heavyweight behind Tyson and Ali." Like, I know he beat Tyson, but it weren't prime. Like, he's right up there as in greatest all-time heavyweights. Like, they love him. But when he was fighting, there was all moaning about him. He's not English, he's Canadian, this, that. There was all that all about him, you know?
Yeah, it's a bit of a funny one in that respect, but they're not those type of characters. But I'll tell you what, one thing's for sure: Saturday, they are going to do their talking and their promotion in the ring. They're going to promote with entertainment in the ring.
Yeah.
So I'd be flabbergasted if this was a drab affair. Now I've given it a kiss of death. It's just not going to be. I just cannot see how it's not going to be.
Yeah, I'm going to go, and I am going to go Beterbiev stoppage in championship rounds, round 11 or 12. That's what I'm going for. Beterbiev, like, stoppage, and he's going to be losing. He's going to be losing the fight to Bivol, and he's going to knock him out in the last championship rounds. Dramatic finish. That's what I'm going for.
I mean, you could absolutely see that scenario. Because I'm just trying to think. I'm going through Bivol's in my head, his opponents. How much has his chin been tested? I remember, you know, he was caught a little bit. But I was watching some of his highlights through, and he was caught by someone, took that well, fought Canelo, who's not a natural light heavyweight, but he did stop Kovalev Canelo. So I'm trying to sort of use that as a mark. And
Canelo didn't really land on him, though, did he? He never really landed on him, and he just So
get near him, and
Canelo's
he's good at walking people down and cutting the ring off. So, but I don't know if you can use that as a marker. But I'm trying to think, like, has Bivol really had his whiskers tested? I mean, he's going to get them tested.
Never.
Oh, will he?
Never.
Will he get them tested? I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's going to get it. They will get tested, and that's why I'm saying like late stoppage, like championship rounds, or maybe a little bit earlier. I just think BETERBIEV will get to him eventually, and when he gets to him, he's going to finish him. But it'll be late rounds, and it'll be hard work.
I think my final.
Final prediction.
My final thoughts on it before prediction is that with regard to Dmitry Bivol, I just think he's got to be switched on for 12 rounds if he goes that far. He's got to be switched on for 12 rounds, whereas BETERBIEV doesn't have to be, I don't think. I think he'll be able to take what Bivol's got. It sounds like an obvious statement. I guess that's where it is. Even though I'm picking Bivol, he's got to be completely switched on throughout.
Yeah.
So that's quite a
it's like Deontay Wilder,
isn't it? That's a key element.
Deontay Wilder's old saying, they've got to be switched on for 36 minutes. I've got to be switched on for 30 seconds.
Same with BETERBIEV. BETERBIEV, by the way, people think he ain't a one-punch knockout artist, by the way.
He's going to step that up.
Yeah, but he's just very, very heavy. It's like he's got a couple of sledgehammers for arms, isn't it?
Yeah. old concrete hands BETERBIEV.
Yeah.
Concrete hands BETERBIEV.
So, so he's going to have to. I think he will have to obviously stop him with combinations. That's for sure. He's not just going to catch him with one shot and finish the job.
No.
But the final prediction from me, reluctantly, is a very tight. Potentially got to go through an absolute war, but will get a decision in some regard, however that looks, over 12 rounds for Bivol.
Okay, so Bivol, decision, BETERBIEV, KO or TKO, final predictions for the Boxing Bros. Can't wait to watch the fight. I hope you guys enjoy it. Leave your comments in the comment section if you agree with us, disagree, or just whatever you think is going to happen. We'd love to hear from you. Like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe.